We got 40 acres of hay to cut. It's a nice Saturday. Got 2 days to dry. Let's get it, dude. Got a long way to go and a lot of hay to cut. Let's see how many times I break down. What a beautiful day to do this. Well, what I do first is I start off by going by all the obstructions to open this field up. And what I'm looking for is if some asshole threw something out here or a tree fell down, you're not hitting it with the cutter. Instead, you're hitting it with your tires, and you can figure out what you need to do to pull out of the field. Me and Dad planted this field 2 years ago, plowed it and freshly planted it, and this stuff is looking great. Last year, we only got this cut one time. We had some issues with it, so we decided we're going to cut this one of the first ones this year, and man, this turned out amazing. It's going to be like 95 degrees, I believe. We're going to get a lot of hay off this. Where's everybody watching from today? What tractor am I running? This is Grandpa's 4255 John Deere. This was bought in 1989, brand new. They bought this and a round baler, a 435 round baler the same day. This is one of my favorite hay fields. We got this and it was able to be organic certified crops, but I convinced Dad that we should get some fresh hay in here. We threw some lime in here and some fertilizer, freshly seeded. This tractor was made in 1989. Howdy from Texas. What's up, brother? So it's going to be about Texas weather today, about 95, I think. Sunday it's going to be like 97, and Monday like 98. So that's why we're going to cut all this. With that temperature, we should be able to dry this in a few days. This is really nice having a wide open hay field. This makes everything go quicker, baling. Another thing is with this new seeding, every time you cut it, it's just like your lawn, it comes back better. Indian pineapple. What does that mean? So once we cut this and get this off of it, since we did it first, it'll get a lot of nice rain, hopefully. And we'll get 2 huge cuttings off this at least. There's a few wet spots in this field that poured 3 inches this weekend, so we got the cutter tipped up just a little bit. There's a bunch of wild turkeys. What's up, Karen? If you guys could, all go to my channel, subscribe. It really helps me out. Appreciate you guys. I think I just hit 45,000 subscribers. I'm about to hit 46, so this is really amazing. It's really cool watching YouTube push my stuff out now. I went to the hospital yesterday. I figured out I got a ripped ligament in my right hand, which is my dominant hand. And all the controls for these things are on my right hand, so it's kind of a bummer. I might need surgery, I don't know what. Appreciate you, Mark. Thank you very much. Appreciate the likes, guys. Thank you, Franklin. You guys are really awesome. Appreciate you. What are you guys doing on this beautiful Saturday? You see, I just made some ruts right there. That's what you don't want on a hay field, because we're not going to till this for 5-10 years maybe. So if you're making a bunch of ruts, you're wrecking it for everybody else. You guys see all the wild turkeys running? Appreciate it, man. This is my favorite tractor. My grandpa bought this new in 1989. It still makes our family money, which is crazy. This is what did most of the soybean planting this year. Nice, what game you playing? Over here it's a little thin, but everything counts. These long, big rows are gonna make some good money for us. Ohio, nice. What part of Ohio? Go blue, baby. Yeah, I made one of my first big mistakes in the last few years. I really haven't damaged anything. And this cutter is almost brand new. My favorite piece of equipment looking wise, and I damaged that whole side there. I gotta replace it. It's like a $700 part to replace that whole left side door that flips off. I can't believe I did that. I hit a telephone pole with high power lines on it, and the thing almost cracked in half and came down on me. That'd been a stupid way to die. Look at all these turkeys. These things are stupid, man. They'll about jump right underneath you. Maybe 12 years ago, I never seen a wild turkey in Michigan. And they started, I don't know what the word's called, rehabilitating them, or what the word would be, repopulating them. And I'll tell you what, you go in some fields and you'll see 100 of them. There's more turkeys. Look how thick this stuff is. You'll see more turkeys. Man, this field looks nice. You'll see more turkeys in one field, and it's just unbelievable. I cannot believe how many turkeys are out in Michigan. Go Bucks? Hell no. 4 times in a row, baby. We won. Go blue. You're originally from Michigan, now Florida. Man, I bet it's hot there. I can't believe Tampa Bay beat the Tigers that bad. I think they lost 14-8 or something. Oh, see, there's some trees down. That's a cherry tree. You can tell by the bark. For a few years, I sold firewood. Michigan's a great location for firewood. They have this tree called an ash tree. Hardwood that splits super easy, and split it with an axe in one shot. And all around Michigan, it got the ash borers, so all these trees in the whole state died. So they're just laying around, and you go pick them up and you sell them. If you guys could, all go to my channel, help me out and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. So what's cool is the landowner that owns this made it into a conservation farm. So even if they pass away, you can't develop it. So hopefully we can farm this for many years. So that's one of the reasons why we spent a bunch of money and planted to hay. So we'll probably come in here and spread it out with a tedder, they call it. You take the hay and you spread it out in all directions, so it's not in a nice row like this, and that will make it real dry really quick on these 90-degree days. And it will also, can I have a shout out? I can subscribe, Mark Bergande on YT. Yeah, what's up, brother? Appreciate the subscription. I hope you guys enjoy my content. I try posting multiple videos a day. I was worried I wouldn't be able to go on live because I can barely hold anything with my right hand. I went to the VA yesterday for the first time in like 12 years, I think. I'm a 60% retired veteran. I got blown up in Afghanistan, and I'm working on getting more percentage right now. Man, look at this nice grass here. We're going to sell the crap out of this stuff. And it's going to just grow back way better next year. But I got blown up in Afghanistan, so I get free health care the rest of my life. So everyone was telling me how dumb I was. It took me a week to go get my hand worked on with free health care. How old am I? I'm 35. I'm exactly half the age of my dad. My dad's 70, I'm 35. My brother's 32, I think. 33. So I'm sure it'll be me and my brother for many years. See, we should have came by with a chainsaw and cut all this stuff. Just we got so much going on. I bailed 700 bales off our home farm a couple days ago, and we just got it unloaded. I unloaded 400 bales in one day with one hand, and it has that plastic string on it. Man, my hand was about cut up bleeding after that, but just using one hand. It takes a lot more effort trying to yank all them bales out and stuff with just one hand. What part of Michigan am I in? This is in Hamburg, Michigan, right here. This is about 15 miles from Ann Arbor, where Michigan plays. I think we might have an issue drying some of this stuff. It has so many of these trees overhanging. We might have to come by with a chainsaw. My brother's a good tree guy. We'll have to get him out here and cut everything. This stuff is a little patchy, not as thick as I thought it'd be. I think it needs to get shot with some fertilizer. You see that tall stuff on top isn't what accumulates out of bales, it's the thicker stuff underneath. We had issues with some weeds growing last year, so we figured we cut this first. Just like if you cut your lawn, the more consistent you cut it, the better it grows back. So I went all the way around one time with my tires next to all the obstructions, and I'm gonna go and turn around and come back the other way, and then I'll turn back around and hit it 5-6 times, make nice area to turn around so I can go quick and fast. Then you just have doom, 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 back and forth. Yeah, our weather's been crazy here. We just finally got done planting. I think we planted for 2.5 solid months straight. This is gonna make some nice hay here. It's a nice combination of grass and alfalfa mix. We actually figured out recently the reason why a lot of our fields that we planted aren't coming in perfectly alfalfa mix, because we use old 750 grain drill. And what happens is the alfalfa seed is heavier than the grass seed, so it falls down in all plants and in sections. So what we're getting done now is we get Napoleon feed to broadcast spray, they call it. So they come by with a big aggressive, a big spreader, you know, almost like a salt spreader with big off-road tires on it, and it spreads everything out evenly. Wow, look at the windrow behind me. This stuff's thick. It's gonna make nice hay. All in here in the big spot. Alfalfa really adds up quick. So you can see the little real green stuff underneath. That's the alfalfa. So what alfalfa is, for any of you horse and you guys got animals out there, I'm sure you know, alfalfa is what most of the protein is. So it makes for like around here we have a lot of racehorse and stuff. They need a high protein diet. So then I come back the other way. So you see how I do that? So first I make sure there's no obstructions. And you're saving your cutter. And of course you want to make this not good looking because people live here. You want to make it neat. So I'll come through and clean all this up. I appreciate everyone watching. If you guys could, I'll go to my channel, check out some videos, and subscribe for me. It's really amazing watching YouTube push this stuff out. It's really cool. Thank you guys. So another thing I'm looking at when I'm cutting is I'm making sure there's no tall weeds behind me, because that'll show that one of the cutter knives is going dull. It needs to be flipped. You look behind you and you'll just see like live grass still poking straight up. I'm looking for real nice consistent cuts. Yeah, it's supposed to be like 100 degrees today, hot and humid. It sprinkled a little bit this morning, So with our old hay bind that we used from the 80s, like a sickle bar cutter, you'd have to wait till like 2 p.m. to cut this because it'd be getting clogged up on this wet stuff with all the dew and everything. With this, you just go through everything. It just cuts perfectly. It's really a cheat code. Another thing it's doing is there's rollers on the back of this that shoot out the hay out the back, and it has crimpers on it, they call it. And what the crimpers do is they break up the grass. They crimp it. They bend the grass in multiple spots on each stem. And when you break a stem, it dries like twice as quick with it. So this cuts it more evenly on the ground. You can cut faster, you can cut quicker, and then it also makes the hay dry quicker. So this is a really good investment for us. I can't believe I crashed it the other day. This mower is a Heston Massey Ferguson. It's top of the line. This is, some people would say this is the best mower you can buy. You can get bigger ones, but you know, for our scale, well, I'll just do it in a couple extra passes. I might in the future get another one, just so you can do two at once. But then when you start scaling up, then you need multiple people doing multiple things. I could probably cut, you know, 100 acres in a day if I tried with this thing, depending on the shape of the field and how fast I want to go. Another thing cool about this thing is, check this out. This thing pivots however direction you want. Look at this. I could cut on the complete opposite side of me. This thing is super fancy. And it really helps when you're going field to field. You can just fold it up and go to the next one. So see, if I went this way originally, I'd be worried I'm hitting rocks or something, but I just drove over it and was watching. Then usually you just won't even want to cut this because it's under a tree, it'll never dry. I'm just cutting it, and I'm going to take a rake and throw it out in the middle of the field because it's not that far to do it. All you gotta do is take the rake and pull it over a couple feet. It'll be out of the shade. But you really mess stuff up. You got a bunch of dry stuff and then you're throwing green stuff in there that'll never dry. I appreciate everyone watching. If you guys could all go to my channel, subscribe. Thank you very much. So this is my grandpa's 4255 John Deere. This tractor he bought brand new in 1989. So if you can imagine, it's been paid off cash, and it's our main workhorse on our farm. It's really the only way you keep making money on the farm is you're either really big and you get all brand new stuff, which I still know how they make money, or you use older stuff and just keep it going. You just try keeping it moving. That's the angle we use. We use a bunch of stuff from like 1970s. Most of our tractors are 1980 or older. This is one of our newer tractors. And then also these new tractors now. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate you liking and subscribing. It means a lot, man. You guys could all drop some likes. Thank you guys. This is a what do you call it? A park in here. So you'll be out here cutting, and you'll have a line of 20 people out there with their dogs watching you. A lot of people would go a lot quicker than this with this thing. My problem is all these corners. I'm just trying to make it neat. And you can actually flip this thing. It's only a 10 footer, so you'll actually roll it on its side if you cut too short. Yeah, the new tractors, you'll have some kind of switch go out or something in the middle of harvest, and they won't be able to come out for 2 weeks, and you can't fix it on your own. 90% of the stuff that we have break on ours, we can go to John Deere, and the biggest setback is we'll have to drive 40 minutes to the John Deere shop. Last year, one of the big YouTube channels that makes millions of bucks, named Larson Farms, they had a tractor that was probably about $1 million, had 200 hours on it, right in the middle of harvest, and they blew the motor right in half. Now those guys are so popular, and it's basically like an advertisement for John Deere, that John Deere prioritizes them, and they were out there in like 3 days with a brand new mower and a brand new engine. And also Larson Farms has money to replace it. I think it was like $80,000 for a new motor. If that was a normal person, you'd be out there screwed. Can you ask me a question? That's a question right there. Yeah, if anybody has any questions about farming or doing hay, go ahead and ask. I'll try reading. How long have I been farming? I've been around farming most of my life. Not a lot full time, because I was in the Marine Corps from 18 to 22. And then my grandpa died, and my dad was just doing small time farming. So I did other gigs. I've been full time farming with my dad for about 3.5 years now. It's been really nice because our family's farm has grown threefold since me and Dad started working together. We used my marketing on Facebook and other stuff, and we found a lot of new land. So we've been, appreciate it, thank you for saying that. So we've been expanding a lot. So we're really becoming a big farm now compared. We have lots of acres of hay. It's always a struggle. You gotta, like today's Saturday, I could be out on a boat, but if you just take a little time and do a little extra work, and we get, 2,000 hay bales off this, that's a huge paycheck if you're getting $8 a bale. You do that a couple times a year extra, you're making yourself get ahead, and then by the end of the year, your family has 20,000 bales of hay in a barn, all worth $6, $7, $8. That's like an extra paycheck. That's an extra bank account. So all winter, me and Dad are just taking 50, 100 bales at a time, making money. A lot of farmers out there are just spending money all winter on fixing stuff and other things, not getting any paychecks coming in. If we have 10,000 bales in a barn, that might pay for our living expenses. What do I do with the hay? So around our area, it's kind of rare. A lot of farmers out there don't have any access to horse people. Around us, we have a huge horse economy. Down every one of our roads, down all these roads, there's huge horse farms with 100 horses. So these bales here will all be used on the horse farms. That's why we plant alfalfa grass mix. That's what these people want. Yeah, the only way you make money is with old equipment that works good. So we'll take this, and we'll have 100 different clients, and we'll provide all the hay around the whole area. And then also we have a self-serve hay stand. So people come around and they'll grab 4 or 5 bales for their horses or their chicken or their their goats or whatever. We sell hay every day. I'm glad we got this tractor on this cutter, because it runs really nice and smooth. There's good gears in it, but also it has air conditioning. It's supposed to be like 95 degrees today. So Goose the dog is in the house sleeping, probably pooping and taking naps like that. Thank you. Appreciate you watching. Kishi. If you guys could all go to my channel, subscribe, helps me out a lot. Thank you very much. I'll tell you one thing, I never thought my channel would be getting this big. It's getting kind of crazy. Brunt Boots just sent me a free pair of boots. How badass is that? They're supposed to be here any day, and I'll give a little promo for them. It's getting pretty wild though. A lot of my videos are getting a shit ton of views. I think I have 6 or 7 videos over 1 million views now. I feel like a pretty girl. Pardon your lack of knowledge. What's the difference between hay and straw? I'd say 99% of people in the world don't know that. Hay is a mixture of grasses and alfalfa that will give nutrients to an animal. It's like basically like grazing. That's how a lot of animals, you know, buffalo, they just walk around and eat grass all day. So what you do is, a lot of people don't have access to big paddocks to feed their animals. So what you do is you take the grass to them, you dry it out to a certain percentage, it won't mold. You put it in bales for easy handling, and you sell it to them. What straw is a leftover byproduct, the stalks of wheat. So wheat that makes bread. There's long stalks, hollow stalks on it that have zero nutritional value. Some guys just throw it away. Some guys just spread it out in their fields and do nothing with it. We take it and make it into bales and sell thousands and thousands of them a year. People use them for bedding. People use them for landscaping, for their gardens, all kinds of stuff, for basements. But you can't feed animals only that because it has no nutritional value. That's the difference between straw and hay. Hopefully I answered your question. I'm not the smartest fellow in the world. See, I'm going to go through here and clean this up just so it looks good so I don't have to stare at it. I missed a little bit. So then you go around the opposite way, the way I went around the first time. You go around 4 more times, and then it makes windrows, they call it, or headlands. And that gives you a nice spot to turn around where you're not running over a bunch of hay you haven't cut yet. It's all just little tricks of the trade that your dad teaches you. What you want to do is make it neat and as easy as possible on yourself. What's cool about a John Deere is you see if I want to go slower to make this corner, I just slap it down in gear with nose clutch. This is called quad shift. So here's the windrows you make. After you do that, we take a tedder, they call it, and you spread it out. So it has ample amount of air getting into it and sunlight getting to it, and it dries quicker. We'll probably windrow it or tedder it twice. And then when it's ready and dry, we take a rake and we rake it all back together in a tight windrow like this, but fluffed up. And that makes it where the machine picks it up and bales it. Alright, so now watch. I'm lined up. I want to move. I want to go a little quicker. So some tractors you'd have to, you know, hit the clutch and shift up a gear. With John Deere, you just go and you're going faster. That works good if you're plowing or something and you start running out of horsepower, you start bogging down on a hill or something, you just slap it down a gear and then it works the engine better. I appreciate everyone watching. If you guys could all go subscribe, thank you. Look at how thick this hay is right here. We might get, you know, 2,000 bales off this. This is pretty crazy. It really sucks. I hurt my hand. Worst time of the year for this. In the winter time, you know, I could just take a few weeks and just do only stuff with my left hand, my right hand, or left hand. But you know, with hay season, you really need to be healthy. It's really good. Look how thick this stuff is. I love this field. I'm glad Dad listened to me. Yeah, Dirt Road. Appreciate you watching, brother. If anybody has any other questions, I'll try to read in them. Yeah, 70 likes. Appreciate you guys very much. Thank you. Look at my hand. It's all jacked up. Can't see any knuckles. It's a torn ligament in the middle of my hand. I can barely hold my phone. I'm lucky my hand's like permanently stuck like this, so it's like a perfect shape of a phone. So I just stick my phone in it. It's like a holder. What's really cool about this cutter is there's 12 teeth spinning in all different directions underneath there. With a lot of things, a lot of cutters, you have to use wrenches and a lot of different tools. With this, you just take a tool, pop it up, put the other one in. I could switch all the blades on this in 5 minutes, and each blade only costs like $1.50, and you can buy them from Tractor Supply. So it's pretty amazing. I could switch all these blades in 5 minutes for like 20 bucks. And you get like 200 acres on one set of blades if you do it right. I love everything about this cutter. This is a 2023. So before I was using a 1980 model that had the sickle bar that had just the fingers that move. And you hit one rock with that thing and you have to replace the whole section. It's a pain in the ass. It was a 492 hay bind, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Where's everybody watching from today? What's everybody doing on this nice Saturday? Hopefully people are on the boat. Drink a Bruscarito for me, please. Hopefully you guys got some cervezas. Remember, kids, don't drink beers and drive tractors. That's how you dent this side of the thing. Ontario, Canada, hell yeah. I'm about 50 minutes from Canada right here. I can't wait to go over that new bridge. What's it called? Gordie Howe Bridge, I think it is. Isn't that what that bridge is called? The Gordie Howe? I can't remember. Florida, enjoying the trees. I'll tell you what, man, I wish I could go to Florida for about 2 months in the winter time. I have a bunch of family in Louisiana, and I'll tell you what, you go there in July, it's almost miserable. Williamston, Michigan. I go to Williamston, isn't that where that, there's a junkyard for tractors in Williamston. Oh, no, Williamston's where that big John Deere dealership is. I go to Williamston all the time. When you go to Williamston from where we're at, about 5 miles from Williamston on the freeway, there a tornado hit. So you see just like 100 acres of trees just flattened. Pretty wild. I'm located in Whitmore Lake, Michigan. It's on the outskirts of Ann Arbor, Michigan, where University of Michigan is. I could get to Detroit in like 50 minutes. I could get to Ann Arbor in like 15 minutes. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much, Diego. If you guys could all go subscribe, thank you very much. Yeah, this is going to be some insane amount of hay. It's supposed to rain Tuesday and Wednesday, so we're going to be really busy Monday. What we do is we square bale as much as possible. And if we think we're going to run out of time and we're going to wreck all the hay from rain, I don't know if people know this out here, but if you have dry hay in the ground and it rains on it, it stains it and molds it. And it'll make the quality of the hay go down, and you can't sell it. And you can just look at a bale and tell it got rained on. So what we do is we'll have two square balers out here, and if we run out of time or we run out of trailers space, we'll bring the round baler out here, and you can round bale a lot of bales at a time. Each round bale is about 16 square bales in one. The reason why we don't round bale at all is because you get a lot less money for it. We'll get like $40 to $50 for a round bale, but if you add that up in square bale money, that's like $180. So you're really losing a lot of money every round bale. But it's better than letting the hay get wrecked and mold. You also can't let hay just sit and leave it in a field for months on end, because then when the new hay grows, you won't be able to cut it because there'll be a bunch of moldy shit in there, and it just wrecks the new stuff. So I'm gonna drop down a gear and go around this corner. See how easy that is? The name of the game is having consistency with hay, especially with horse people. If they find one bale that has a bunch of mold in it, they won't buy hay from me anymore because they kill their horses. Horses are really susceptible to bad hay. With a cow, with cattle, they'll just pick through whatever. You can give them a hay bale that's been sitting outside for 2 months. They'll just pick through it and leave the rest of the stuff. Horses will kill themselves by eating the wrong stuff. And you don't want to kill an animal because around here, obviously I love animals, but also around here they have horses worth $500,000, race horses. You don't want to get in the business of paying for a $500,000 racehorse because you baled hay wrong. My dad's really good at cutting hay and baling it. A lot of people out there, they just screw people over. They give them junky hay, this and that. My dad's a nice Christian man, so he tries real hard to please everybody. So we get a good reviews on our hay every year. I appreciate everyone watching. Thank you for all the likes. 74 likes. Give me some more. Appreciate you guys. I can't wait to be out here in a 4020 John Deere raking and tethering this. It's going to be exciting stuff. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going along the edge and I'm opening it up. It's called windrows or headlands. And what it does is when you start going back and forth, you have a place to turn around and you're not running over a bunch of hay you haven't cut yet. What I'm trying to do is run over the least amount of hay because it just doesn't cut it as evenly. It'll cut it pretty good, but if you just had 100 track marks through all this, it'd have a harder time cutting it consistently. This hay, if we get these nice rains next week, this hay should grow back really fast and thick, and we should get a nice second cutting off this. There's a deer. I don't know if you can see him. I can't zoom in with my phone with my fingers. And then my dumbass dropped my phone in my own toilet because my hand hurts. So I thought these phones are waterproof. This sucker doesn't work unless I use that stupid pen now. You know, Samsung has that pen. So that's the only way the screen registers what I'm doing. So I can't take my fingers and zoom in and out now. I do so many videos and editing with this phone, I'm gonna have to go get a new one. It's always something, ain't it, guys? It seems like every time you got everything going right, then you do something stupid like crash the corner of this cutter, and it humbles you. It shows you that everybody makes mistakes. When I hit that pole with the side of this, the pole was leaning right towards me. If it would have fell on the tractor, it probably would have killed me. It was a good learning lesson. I always feel like I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I have a lot of learning lessons in life that don't cost me a lot. And then there's people that I know that make one mistake and they're in prison for 5 years, or you know, they get a DUI, or they kill somebody, or they get seriously hurt. I feel like I have had a lot of learning experiences with not a lot of punishments. So I'm very lucky. I ran over 12 IEDs in Afghanistan. I was in one of the most worst spots in Afghanistan. If any of you guys want to look it up, it was Marj, Afghanistan. It was the biggest invasion since Vietnam. My unit was 29 Marines, if anybody wants to look that up. I'm very lucky that I'm still around with both my legs. I had a lot of friends get hurt. My dog's named after one of my good friends that got both his legs blown off and killed over there, named Ryan Geese. had a lot of luck in life, and being a farmer is a lucky thing. Finding land like this is lucky. Between my dad's good reputation, it really helps people trust us to farm their land. And it really gives me the opportunity to farm full time, so I'm a lucky man. If there is ever such thing as white privilege, it's growing up on a farm, I'll tell you that. I have a lot of friends that live in apartments and this and that, have no access to 100-acre fields to run their dogs. I have 49 fields or something. I can take my dog to any field I want, let him be free. I can hunt whenever I want. Pretty amazing thing. I'm a lucky guy. I'm actually got another lucky thing going on. I'm going for a third-party company, and they think they're going to knock my disability up to 90%, which should pay for all my bills for the rest of my life. I'm a pretty lucky fellow. Everyone makes mistakes. How'd you almost die in a slurry tank you fell in? That'd be the worst way to suck all that in. Can you even swim in a tank of manure? You'd think it'd just suck you under. I have a factory job, so I don't have the nice view you have. Yeah, dirt road, that's what I'm saying. I don't take it for granted. Every day I'm out here. That's why I go live, and that's why I started this channel. I see stuff and do stuff every day that I know people would want to do and see. My dad told me I was dumb and nobody would want to watch this crap. And now I have 50 million views on YouTube. Can you imagine that? 50 million. That's more than like 5 states combined. I think Michigan only has 5 million people. So that's everybody in Michigan watching my videos 10 times. That's a pretty humbling experience. That's amazing. My trial for 100% for the VA is July 22nd. Hey, hope it goes well, dude. Hopefully you went through a third party. I'm paying a third party like $7,000 to get it done. But it's really worth it because, you know, I'll be getting paid money the rest of my life. I think this cutter is one of the best purchases we've ever made. I could be running at probably another 4 miles an hour, but I just feel like it's hard on everything. And I really don't want to flip this tractor. That really wake me up. At least I get a lot of views on YouTube, right? Your DAV hooked you up with a long firm in Troy. Did you have to pay or was it free? I just found this guy through a bunch of my buddies. I have 4 other buddies that were machine gunners in Afghanistan, and they're all 100%. So I figured, hey, might as well go through what they did. At least I know it's not a scam and all that. I have a hard time trusting companies online, especially when they want you to send them $1,000 up front. Wow, what a beautiful day. This is nice and thick in here. Last year we got like maybe 40 bales off all this because it was so thin. You could barely tell you cut it. Now it's making nice windrows. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask. Yeah, mobile welder, that's the same. They'll just take like the back pay, because you'll have 6 months of back pay for thousands of dollars, and then they'll just pay that, and you just make good money the rest of your life, like winning the damn lottery. I'll tell you one thing, I went to the VA for the first time in like 12 years yesterday. I got in there in like an hour and a half, got x-rayed, got medication, everything for free. Everyone hates on the VA. I don't mind it one bit. I have a bunch of friends that are in huge debt from being in car crashes and stuff. I could go to any hospital in the world, and the VA will pay for it. What is the winning lottery number? How many numbers do you need? I tell you what, I tried playing that Keno stuff. You get lucky once every 10 years on that. That's a rip-off. I appreciate everyone watching. You guys are awesome. Give me some likes. Go to my channel, subscribe. Check out my videos. I have videos with like 8 million views that are pretty damn big. I also have a TikTok, and I have a shop where I sell a bunch of shirts I've designed. If you guys want to check it out. Do I have other crops to take care of? Yeah, I have like 40 something fields I've already planted. We do organic corn, organic soybeans, regular corn, and we have winter wheat fields. So in July we'll harvest wheat and bale hay, straw. Yeah, we do a lot of organic, so it's a lot of work. We have to deep plow it. Like, you know, with organic crops, we're farming like it's 1940 again. A lot of these farmers, they just go through and spray chemicals, and it's real easy. When you're farming organics, it's a lot more work. It takes a lot more time. My dad's one of the only guys around here organic certified. It takes quite a process. Appreciate you, Gary. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoy my content. I post every day. I'll tell you what, I never thought I'd enjoy posting videos, but this has become my favorite hobby. Every morning you wake up, you see what videos are getting a lot of views. It's also really helping the family with passive income. It's a great way of saving money. You know, you ever have an emergency and you got a nice bank account, it really can help on the farm. That's why I designed those shirts. All the shirts that I made, I get like 80% of the money, and it goes right to the farm. So if you guys want to check it out, I got shirts for my dog, and I have a shirt that says old tractors are better. If you guys want to check it out, my YouTube shop. I'll tell you another good thing. My brother smokes the devil lettuce, and he keeps snacks around. Yeah, almost died of a... God damn. Almost died from a nerd cluster. Is it family run? Hold on a second. I'm choking to death here. Freaking nerd cluster almost killed me. So my brother's stuck in Louisiana for about a month. He was helping us. So now it's just me and my dad. It's gonna be a lot of work for us, especially with my hand broken. And our neighbor Dave, who's in his 70s, likes to help us out just for a little passive income and to get out of the house. He's retired. But other than that, it's just me and Dad. It's a lot of work. My dad's a Christian guy and doesn't like working on Sundays, so I do get days off on Sunday. So it's two guys with, you know, they were losing 1/7 of the week too. So you really have to jam a lot in. With farming, as long as you got two guys, it works a lot better. One guy, it's rough because you can't get rides. You know, you bring a tractor out here, and then you're stuck here in the field. You need a truck too. I have a few friends that actually use Uber while they're farming, which is kind of funny. I'd probably just start dating me a big girl to drive me around. And she'll cook for you. Oh, there's a deer. There's a deer like 4 feet away just staring at me. Wow, this is nice. This is going to be 50 bales right in here. This is nice thick stuff. I think we spread chicken manure out here a couple years ago. And then we spread a bunch of money worth of lime out here. Lime usually takes a year to activate. We're also selling organic hay this year. We live right next to Ann Arbor. There's a bunch of hippies. And now the big thing is organic hay for their horses and stuff. So we're taking our fields that are like really crappy, our fields that haven't been planted to hay in years, and you know, it's lower quality hay, doesn't have a bunch of alfalfa in it, and we're going to bale it as organic, not spray fertilizer on it or anything, and make more money with it. Hey, sounds good to me. Can you guys see that deer right there? It's a yearling, see him? That's one of the best parts about farming, being around nature. People think farmers are, you know, hard on nature, but I mean, we care more about nature than anybody. Every time a house goes up, we get sick to our stomach. Farmers preserve a lot of land. You know, this hayfield here, we're only going to be in here for 6 days out of the year. The rest of it's just going to be grown up and have lots of animals living in here. You know, it's a lot better than a subdivision. Doesn't this cut good? It looks beautiful. Yeah, Dennis, I almost died, man. I ate one of these son of bitches. This son of bitch was stuck in my throat. Hey, I wonder how many views I would have got if I would have just keeled over and died, and then the tractor just crashed into a tree, caught on fire. Yeah, we have a bunch of apple orchards next to us, dirt road. That has some of the best deer on them. We're in Michigan. One of the biggest things to do in the fall is you go to apple orchards and you spend $500. You buy the cinnamon donuts and caramel apples and apple cider. I don't know if that's popular everywhere else, but in Michigan there's like 10 of them all around us. Once it gets about September, my dad eats a caramel apple every day of the week. So this is how you lift it. Hydraulics. I bet we have 200-300 bales down cut already, more than that. What beautiful hay. You can see in there the mixture of the alfalfa. Once you're around hay a lot, you can really tell just looking at it. I don't know if you can see the darker, smaller green stuff. That's all alfalfa in there. 99 likes. Appreciate you guys. You guys could all go to my channel, check out the videos, and subscribe. It really helps YouTube push me out. Thank you very much. So, people ask how I know where I'm going. After you farm a while, I'm barely looking forward. I'm looking back 90% of the time. You just kind of get used to the spacing. You know, a lot of people that you see online, they do it with GPSs and all that. I'd rather do it by hand all day of the week. Look how thick that stuff is. That stuff's up to my fender. Look at when it's cutting how thick that is. I don't even want GPS. I think that'd be the most boring day. I'd probably fall asleep. There's nothing better than holding the steering wheel of the tractor and priding yourself in how good of a job you do. Afterwards, you look out and you know you plow 50 acres. You have a 39 Ford. Hell yeah, brother. What's up, Scott? Appreciate all you guys watching. So what I'm doing now is I'm cutting hay. This is a disc bind, they call it. There's a bunch of spinning knives underneath there. It cuts the hay. It crimps it, what they call it. It goes through 2 rollers, and it breaks the long stems into 3 different spots. Every time you crack a stem on a piece of grass, it grows quicker, or it dries quicker. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to cut this whole field of hay, and then you move the hay around a couple times with a machine, and you get it where both sides are completely dry at like 12% moisture level. And then you come through and you rake it into a windrows, they call it, and it's just narrow, thick windrows, and you have a machine that picks it up, compresses it into bales, and then you sell the bales. So this is called cutting hay right here. And then my dad's gonna come right after I'm done with this, and we're gonna tether right away, because tomorrow's Sunday. It's gonna be like 95 degrees, and my dad doesn't work on Sundays. So we need to get this spread out and have as much drying time on it as possible. That's why I'm cutting right now, so it has the whole day to dry instead of later on. It'll probably take me about 3 hours to cut this field, I bet. Once you get 5 or 6 passes around, look how nice that looks. Doesn't that look pretty? Once you get 5 or 6 passes around, then you just go back and forth really quick at a faster gear. Yeah, dirt road. Nice seeing you, brother. Yeah, drink a brewski for me. 223 people liking. If you guys could all go to my channel, subscribe. Thank you very much. If you guys got any questions about farming, go ahead and shoot. My name is Damon George from Whitmore Lake, Michigan, 4th generation farmer. Me and my dad run the operation right now. And you guys watching these videos help give us a little passive income to try to improve our farm every day. I appreciate you guys. If you guys would like to follow the daily struggle and the build, I'd appreciate you guys watching along. So pretty. I love cutting hay, especially a big field. So I'm in B2 gear right now for any farmers out there. I could be going quicker, but I like being easy on the stuff. This is basically like just a big mower that cuts the grass really evenly, then cut real thick stuff, and then puts in a nice windrow behind you. And you can adjust how thick or how thick of the pile behind it is. This machine pivots both ways. I could cut all the way on my left side if I wanted to. I just like cutting on the right, so I can lean this way where all the controls are at. I'm in a 1989 John Deere 4255 that my grandpa bought brand new. This is our best tractor, I'd say. My grandpa and my dad have used this for many years. This has made our family more money than anything. If you can imagine using paid off equipment for 35 years, that's how you make the money. Almost like a batwing mower. Yeah, I guess so. Except the batwings are directly behind you. I could put this mower directly behind me or all the way to the right. I just like what my dad does is goes to the end of the field. He goes to the end of the field and turns the mower around and goes back the other way. I just leave the mower in one spot. I don't like it moving it more than I need to, just because after 10 years it seems like it's going to wear out, but I don't know. I like just keeping it out there and just going all in one direction. Yeah, I try to take care of my stuff and myself, but sometimes you make a mistake. Got a damn broken hand right now. Hopefully I don't need surgery on it. It's a tendon. It's been a week and it's still swollen, so that ain't good. Yeah, I made a mistake and crashed this mower a couple days ago. I didn't realize it was kicked out to the right side of me. I thought it was right behind me, and I hit a telephone pole. Almost killed me because I had a high power electric line on it. It was a good learning lesson. Always look what's behind you, kids. You're a bully? What, for the Marines? I don't miss that. I was a Polly in the Marine Corps when I was 16 and a half years old. I spent a year around hanging out with Gunnery Sergeant Devers, helping recruit and stuff, all gung-ho about the Marine Corps. Then I got in and I hated it. I hated the Marines. That sucked, dude. I got hazed for a year straight. When I got in boot camp, they said, which one of you guys are infantry? I raised my hand. They go, you guys are going to Ramadi, Iraq in like 9 months. Good luck. I couldn't believe that. I knew the day I was going to Iraq when I was in boot camp. So these guys weren't just hazing me for no reason. They're like, if you don't listen to everything I say, you will die. You are going to combat. It's pretty intimidating. Appreciate it. Thank you, Zach. If you guys could all go subscribe to my channel, appreciate you. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then you get dropped off in Iraq, and it's like when you're sitting there and you're in America saying bye to your family, and 2 days later you're going through Iraq and it looks like you're in like 1500s again. The people living in like eighth world country, freaking cows pinned up to trees and little kids smoking cigs. We see an 8-year-old kid that looks like he's 75 and he's smoking cigarettes. What do I think about going back to war with them? I don't think we should go to any wars. I want to see somebody come try effing with us in America. Let's try that. I'm sick of going over there and messing with everybody else. If there's a big enough problem where America's threatened, then they should come over here and try to get some. Let's go. Because they ain't going to make it far. Every redneck I own owns about 100 guns. I think it's amazing that we have to care about every other damn country and help everybody else. I wouldn't be helping any other country. I'd make America the baddest ass country. I'd make sure every homeless veteran has an apartment. I'd make sure every mentally disabled person has a place to go get help. How the heck did I miss that? That was weird. You know, you let in 20 million people and you give them sanctuary states. These sanctuary states just come up with money to pay for all their housing and everything. And then you join the Marine Corps, and they don't let you out the Marine Corps until you find a freaking glove for $4 because they're so cheap. I would love to see Iran try to do something to us, though. Forget them. I don't care one bit about Iran. They can't even figure out how to, you know, make their country good. It's like a shithole, and we're worried about them. When you got countries that are run off Sharia law, you're not going to fix them. I'll tell you that. You got these countries in Europe, and they're destroying their culture just to be nice. Like, I think it's like 15% of Germany is Muslim immigrants now. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's basically a big lawnmower. What kind of deer is it? Michigan has white-tailed deer. They have some of the biggest white-tailed deer in the world. In a field like this, you might see 40 of them sometimes. Yeah, but I think that's one of the reasons why I like Daddy Trump, is I just wanted to stay out of everybody's business. Everyone do what they want to do. I'm gonna live my life, man. Don't try forcing nothing on me. Don't tell me I need a effing shot or I'm gonna get fired from my job. You can go suck on my left wiener for that, bro. Hopefully all that stuff in the Middle East gets straightened out, but I don't think it will. I was in Iraq and Afghanistan. I know the people well. In Iraq, I stood post for 12 hours a day, every other day, with Iraqi army guys. I know a lot about Iraq. I had sit there just for entertainment and had conversations with Iraqis. And let me tell you something, you're not changing them folks. You are not changing their beliefs, I'll tell you that. You think an Afghani guy is worried about what America thinks about them? I don't think so. If you guys could all go to my channel, subscribe, really helps me out. Thank you very much. Wow, this is some beautiful hay in here. Yes, this is hay I'm cutting. This is going to be horse hay for all the horses in the area. This is a Alfalfa Orchard Timothy mix. About 25% alfalfa. Hey Shane, appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Check out some of my videos. I hope you like them. I don't know why, but my YouTube's on fire right now. YouTube's really pushing me out, so it's pretty badass. Hey man, I gotta tell people how it is. There's so many people out there, and they only hear one side of the perspective from their little stupid friends. I have a couple friends that have a completely different perspective in the world than me. And it's almost like they're anti-American. I can't believe it. It's almost like they want to burn America to the ground just because there's a few things wrong. And what they don't understand is America is one of the only reasons why there's so much good in the world. What do you think Iran and Israel would be like right now if they weren't worried about what America would do? It truly amazes me how shallow people's minds are. And some of the people that are the most passionate at all these rallies and stuff know the least amount about anything. They have zero information about anything. I talk to so many people that think things that have been proven completely false are still completely accurate. It blows my mind. I try to educate myself. When I'm sitting here and I'm not on live, I'll be listening to all different types of podcasts just so I can take knowledge in. I don't know about you guys out there, but I learn more from podcasts than I would from college. I can really take in information listening to experts talk. And I feel like I don't care if it's Fox News, CNN, you can just see the agenda these people have. It blows my mind. I don't watch any of that crap. It truly blows my mind. You know, for Fox News to fire Tucker Carlson just because he said some things they didn't like, I mean, that shows. Reporters are supposed to be out there risky. Reporters are supposed to be the ones confronting the man. They're not supposed to be helping the man. That's why podcasts are the best. Somebody can lie for 5 minutes on a clip, but you can't fool somebody for 3 hours. Your real side's gonna come out. I'll tell you that. It's just sad, you know. The people that are complaining the most usually have the best life. You'd be amazed how much better your life is in America. Go to a different country. In Afghanistan, when you drive by a cemetery, they bury the bodies above ground and they just pile rocks on them. So you can see the shape of the body when you drive by, basically. And half the cemetery is full of, like, you know, 2 to 8-year-old kids, because it's so hard over there. I've seen little kids that are selling us candy get stuck in a firefight and hiding underneath one of our trucks while bullets are ricocheting around them. And then you watch TV and you see people that are in Harvard complaining about how rough America is. It truly blows my mind. There's people that take over college campuses and then demand that you feed them when they barricade a building. Really? I don't think so, bro. That's not how America should be. Yeah, you know, like Ullah Omar, whatever her damn name is. They'll sit up there representing America, talk shit about the whole thing. But then if you send them back to Somalia, wherever they're from, they'd probably get beheaded. Pretty amazing. Live in $1 million houses, getting greased by the whole Democratic Party, telling us how bad we are. Or, you know, like saying Tim Waltz, the Minnesota flag is racist. Let's put up a flag that looks like Somalia flag. Oh, okay, that's good. What I think about all the time is how lucky we were that Donald Trump didn't get shot that day, because I cannot imagine what would have happened. There was millions of people in America really feeling disenfranchised, and then that happened. You let some dumbass kid take a shot at somebody from 100 feet away. Jennifer Lopez has better security than that. I truly don't know what would happen if you'd have got killed. It would not have been good for America, I know that. I really think that was a fork in the road. I hear something going on with the cutter. Something's rubbing. Let's go see what it is. You guys see how it works. Something's happening. That's dripping, that's leaking. Gotta fix that. This thing's almost brand new, so there's stuff that loosens up. I don't know what the heck. Something's making noise. I guess I should have left it on and well, I'm gonna turn it on and see what's up. So you see each one of these you can replace or flop. You just take a tool, stick it in there, it takes 5 seconds. Oh, that's what it is. Look at, there's a rock in the, see? Little stuff like that. There's a rock getting jammed in there. Just try it. With farming, you gotta have a little common sense when you're out here by yourself, just keeping stuff going. I'll show you the tool. Yeah, Final Destination. My whole life's Final Destination, dude. I couldn't tell you how many dangerous situations you can put yourself in. But you know, you could just come back here and lock these, and then it won't go down and crush you. This is the tool right here. You just take this off, you stick it in, pop it up, put the new one in that quick. Yeah, well, this is top of the line. See, I gotta buy a $700 part to fix this, so I don't have to stare at this damage. I wrecked it pretty bad. This thing was pristine, see? Well, this is a door, and you can buy it for like 600 bucks right down the road. So I'm gonna fix that just so it looks a little better. The thing's worth a lot of money. It sucks I did that. I think I fixed it. I think we found about 8 skulls already this year. A bunch of sheds. My brother found something super rare. He found a shed still on the skull of like an 8-point deer, and the skull was still hooked to the spine, and the spine only. So it's just like the skeleton. It's like the skull with the antlers on it, and then a big line of his vertebrae. Pretty badass. We just collect them all, get them out of the field so they don't pop tires, and we just put them all around the farm as decorations. People think we're good hunters. If you guys could all go to my channel, subscribe please. It really helps YouTube know that you guys want me to be pushed out there. Thank you very much. I can't believe how many subscribers I have. I feel like a hot chick. I told my dad the other day, I said, if I was a semi-good looking female, I might be a millionaire from this already. I can't believe that. Laura Farms and all those, how much money they make. They just show their little butt getting up in a tractor and there's 1 million views, I tell you. This is going really good. This is one of our bigger hay fields. So we have a small window here of 3 days of dry weather. It's gonna be like 95 degrees. So we gotta get this cut, dried, and up out of the field by Tuesday. It's gonna be a lot of work. And then the key is you get this cut as fast as possible, and then it gets a couple rains on it and starts growing again, and then you get 2 cuttings out of it, or 3. You know, if you waited another month or 2, you'd only get 1 cutting out of it. So we have a bunch of hay fields, so you kind of got to pick and choose which one you want to do first. Well, my dad's here. This is our 6th time around, which should be about enough. Then we can start cutting straight through the field. My dad's here. I think he wants to put some fluid in this thing. This tractor has a bad hydraulic leak like the rest of them. The name of the game is just piecing this old stuff together and letting it run just as long as you can keep her going. That was good. That was good. This thing just rolled, turning that slow, and bottomed all out right here. That's such a weird design. I don't know why they make it where it rolls. Oh man, look at that. That's good. All right guys, have a good day. I'm gonna fix this. It's always something, ain't it?